So you're directing Richard III next year
Yes.
with Colin.
And Martha and Shauna and Lucy and Ben Carlson and Tom Rooney. And so
we're talking about thoroughbreds.
Yeah.
So talk to me a bit about casting that. And Antoni going, no, I just want the best that I can go, and it's these people. Mm-hmm. Or does Antoni go, if I put these people together in this situation, is that part of your consideration with, say, casting Richard III?
You have to be fair. You have to be considerate as the director. You have to sort of anticipate what people might feel if they're being dealt a bad hand in terms of the blocking, the focus, the interpretation, the energy of it, because people want to feel that they can do their best work. And you want to, as a director, bring out the very best work in people. So,
but if an actor feels, well, my best work is if I'm center stage and mm-hmm. they're downstage and me looking up, mm-hmm. How do you deal with that? And we've worked with those actors.
Yeah, we have, and and some of these very good people that we have mentioned so far in this discussion that we have enormous respect for, behaved in unfair ways towards other people.
And what do you do as a director in those situations?
Well, that's when diplomacy and an understanding of what the project needs is vital, because you can't always correct all wrongs. You can only try to make sure the room is as fair as possible. But, it's hard, because if someone like Brian Bedford prevents you from getting up stage, what do you do? And I love Brian.
And what do you do?
Well, you become resourceful. And remember that some of that tension will always, the line between the character and, Grandwin Davies playing a Claudius, for instance, in Hamlet, sometimes you go, where does Gare stop and where does Claudius begin? It's interesting,
And you mean that's a good place, or you mean that's a blurring?
It's interesting dramatically, that's the problem, that's a challenge in the theater, is that we are creating art, and so in those situations, the line between reality and fiction gets blurred, and we want it to, because actually I don't want to see your thoroughly rehearsed, prepared production or I want to see you alive in that part. And if the part is about a self-centered killer, then when you're alive in that part, you're a different person than you probably are when you're with your kids at home. So how do we make it so that people feel that they have a safe place to work, but at the same time, we have not sprayed everything with foam